Take the time to note your current mental state in a broad sense. You may have agitation and restlessness and energy flowing through you, or you may have tiredness, drowsiness, and that being the predominant emotion through the body. And when we meditate, we note these passing phenomenon and just try and gently guide our mind to a place of balance. So there's an upright awareness quality that's also relaxed. Today we'll be focusing on the breath, mindfulness of the breath and the breathing. There's no right or wrong way, but there's some guidelines. The most important thing is to be responsive to your particular situation, rather than wanting the situation to be different or thinking one state is better than the other. But it's just knowing how to adapt moment to moment, to remain calm but awake. Start off by slightly extending the out breath, slowing the breathing down slightly, just to create calm. And to develop an interest in the breath, an interest in the sensations of the breathing, whether that's at the tip of the nose, throughout the nostrils, back of the nose, or even into the belly, following it all the way in and all the way out. But we pick a part of the body that we notice most vividly, where the sensation is strongest, and that's our starting place. If the breath has tension in it, it's likely that there's tension in our body and our mind, and we can relax those tensions in the body and mind by just trying to relax the breath. You relax the breath by focusing on the out breath and the calming, cooling nature of the out breath. if we feel that there's drowsiness or our mind is wandering through a lack of alertness rather than agitation, we focus more and put a bit more emphasis on the in-breath, noticing the energizing quality of breathing in. If there is a calmness to the mind and the body and the breath, also clarity and interest in the sensation of the breath, whether that's in the nose or followed all the way down into the belly. If there's both those two qualities, enjoy the whole breath and the sensation of both the in-breath and the out-breath. And we breathe in a way that's enjoyable and pleasurable, but also natural. We're not forcing the breath, but we're just enjoying, gently guiding the breath and just observing. Our job is to remove ourselves from the situation as the doer to as much as we can, to as great an extent as we can, so we can just sit with the breath and enjoy the physical sensation of breathing. Where there's this calmness, there's this pleasurable quality that accompanies the breathing. isn't necessary to use methods like counting the breath or concentrating on how long the in-breath is or the out-breath. This can lead to a sense of needing to achieve and accomplish. But instead focus on investigating the breath with a playful nature, zooming in to places of interest, achieving isn't necessary with this mindset. The focus becomes on enjoying without purpose. Any fruits that come with meditating do not come through effort or willingness to achieve. They aren't the goal. And it's counterproductive. If we've had a particularly busy day, or if we're not used to meditating, the mind can be quite unstable. It feels like trying to balance a glass of water on a needle facing upright. It's so easy to go too far to agitation and quickly too far to sleepiness and drowsiness. But by repeating this practice, it feels like we can put this glass of water on a table, and there might be agitation. At the start, the water might be moving when the glass is first put down, but it quickly feels very stable and still. And the glass is sitting there with no effort at all. This is not to say that If there's effort to be put in, we should shy away from it. It's just to acknowledge where we are and what the work is for us to do. And some days experienced meditators can struggle immensely, and beginner meditators can find deep calm very quickly. It's knowing how to respond to the mind in that moment. Whether there's a forceful pull back to awareness after thoughts enter the mind, or if there's a deep stability and enjoyment. No matter how long people meditate, the nature of the mind is always to wander from time to time. We should accept this as the nature of the mind, not feel dejected or bad, or if we're experiencing calmness, understand that all states are impermanent, and to think positively or negatively about impermanent phenomenon isn't the purpose. The purpose is just to witness the breath and enjoy the breath, and if possible, play with the sensation of the breath. You may feel that there are other sensations entering the body. There may be sensations of heat, sensations of discomfort. When these other senses come in, we remind ourselves our job today is to focus on the breath. our job was to focus on the sensations of the body. That's okay, but today we're focusing on the breath. If the sensation of the breath is becoming more interesting and moving more and more into that awareness of just the breath, it's natural for other sensations to fall away. Sensations of the body, whether we lose the feeling of sitting in a chair, we can no longer feel the chair or our body sitting on it, or we can no longer feel our hands or anything. That's normal. If the mind is wandering to agitation, planning the future, or revisiting and rehashing the past, we set those things aside while we're meditating. We just investigate the pleasurable nature of just breathing and enjoying that breath. Remember, if the mind wanders, that's the nature of the mind. It's important not to attach labels such as success or failure to things that are inevitable. The nature of the mind is to wander. But if we're finding focus easy, you should keep investigating, but not think we're doing well, but rather think, I'm enjoying this. With that enjoyment, there's another trap, which is clinging locking into positive experiences, an aversion to negative experiences. That's not why we're here. We're not here to label ourselves as good and bad. We're not here to become better people. We're here just to enjoy the breath. If there's drowsiness, we can use slightly stronger, slightly longer in-breath to balance the mind. Or if there's drowsiness, or if there's agitation, we use the out-breath. If there's drowsiness, we use the in-breath. So we balance. So already our meditation is quickly coming to a close. So for the last few minutes, we can reset our minds and just concentrate on really enjoying the last few minutes of quiet. Focus should always be on play and enjoyment without achievement. You focus on the breath as it can tell us a lot about how our mind and body are in that moment. If the breath is jerky, there may be agitation. And we can affect the nature of the mind with bringing it back to balance with the breath. The breath is unique because it's the only sensation in the body that we can control completely if we want to. And if we forget, it works automatically. Most parts of the body work either automatically, like the heart, or consciously, like the hands. So it's the breath. It is that link between the conscious mind and the unconscious mind. We can observe our body just being, but if we need to, we can gently nudge to create balance in the mind and the body.